Good morning, Facebook world. My name is Colleen, and I am back with another Facebook Live session brought to you by Princess Dental Staffing. And today's topic is improving communication in a dental office. So today I'm going to be talking to you about some tools and some tips that can help you improve communication in your dental office. Okay, so let's just jump right in. So first, in order to prove your communication within a dental office, rule number one, be a good listener. Okay, so that is probably the number one way and the easiest way to improve communication in the dental office is to be a good active listener. Make sure that when somebody's talking to you, that you are not just waiting for your turn to respond, but that you are actually listening so that you are obtaining all of the information that somebody is trying to share with you. Okay. So rule number one, listening. Okay. Rule number two, make sure that you minimize your statement or your point, I guess. So when you're trying to communicate something to somebody, make sure that you're only including the most basic information. Okay. Just the stuff that they need to know, down to the nitty gritty. Okay. Because if you add a lot of extra information, you can lose somebody's interest and then they just stop listening altogether. And again, listening, number one, is important. So in order to keep your audience's attention, make sure that you're minimizing and that you're only using the absolute essentials in your information that you're giving. And rule number three, lastly, is to use analogies. Now, this is something that I've used quite a bit. So I've been in human resources. I was in human resources for over 10 years. And, sometimes you really have to explain complicated policies and procedures to people. So I found that when you really can't minimize that much, when you're explaining something to somebody, I use analogies a lot, actually. So I relate these complicated processes and procedures to something else, and it kind of helps paint a picture in the person's mind of what it is I'm trying to convey and what it is I'm trying to explain. Okay, so those are the three ways that you can improve communication in your office. But I'm going to give you a bonus tip today. So my bonus tip is to use what I'm hearing is, or so what you're saying is. Okay, and I've mentioned this tip before in a previous video, but I really feel like it's a very simple way and a very effective way to ensure that you understand what is trying to be communicated to you. Because sometimes people don't minimize, sometimes people don't use analogies, sometimes people have a hard time listening. Maybe they just have a different communication style than you. Maybe their first language isn't English, but you still have to be able to communicate with this person. So sometimes what I'll do is, if I'm having a hard time understanding somebody, what I'll say is, okay, so what I'm hearing is that blah, 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 whatever it is. So, and that gives them an opportunity to either say, yes, that's exactly what I mean, or no, that's actually not what I mean at all. What I mean is, okay. So those are just some tips to help communication in your dental office. If you have any other tips and tricks, comment them below. And so thanks for joining me in this Facebook Live session. And if you couldn't join me for the live session, I'm glad you get to watch this video later. And tune in for the next one. Everybody have a great day. Bye.